Hello everybody, this is Apba Brian in Apba Baseball Classics bringing to you another game in the 1960s league competition. Today's game is the 1967 Boston Red Sox and the 1965 Chicago White Sox. Red Sox are trying to defend their first place standing, and we've had the introductions. Let's play ball. TJ Tommy John is on the mound for the White Sox. He's a grade B pitcher with a Y modifier. Mike Andrews steps into the box for Boston. Here's the first pitch of today's game. 44 is a 8 against a B. That's going to be a fly ball to Ken Berry in center field. One away. We're playing basic Apba all the way. I don't have the master ratings for the White Sox team set. So basic Apba, except I do give the catchers an opportunity to throw base runners out. Here is Reggie Smith stepping into the box. Chicago is a fielding column 3, and Boston is fielding column 2. Here's a pitch to Reggie Smith. 2-2 roll is going to be a single for Reggie Smith. One of the 5 tool players in this game. He can do it all. Reggie Smith is a fast base runner. And here is Carl Yastrzemski, the 1967 MVP. 44 is a 7 against a B. That's going to be a single to right, and that will send Reggie Smith to third base. Red Sox have men on the corners and only one out. Chicago will play their infield in. George Scott steps to the plate. .21 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Scott goes down swinging. That's 2 down. And here is Tony Conigliaro. That gives the White Sox an opportunity to play the infield back. Tony C. hit 20 homers, 287 average in 1967. 54 is going to be a fly ball to right field. Tommy John escapes first inning troubles. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. White Sox coming to bat. All right, Don Beeford steps in the box for Chicago. 5-5 roll is going to be an 8 against a B. That's a fly out to center field. Reggie Smith makes that catch. And Danny Cater, he's a former Kansas City A. Pretty good hitter, not a great defender. I was watching him play for the A's, I think about 1967 or about 67, maybe 6. Anyway, he got hit in the head against the White Sox, and that led to quite the baseball brawl. Here is Danny Cater, now with the White Sox. 1-3 is a base on balls for Danny Cater. Average speed at first. 1 down, and here is former Yankee Moose Gowan. .62 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. And now Floyd Robinson. 23 will be an out. That's a ground ball to the pitcher or Y. He didn't have a Y, so it's a ground out to the pitcher. That ends the first. We go to the top of the second, no score. All right, here is Rico Petrocelli. 24 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Sox left-hander has 2 strikeouts. Here is Joe Ford. 32 is a 26. Ground out to the second baseman, Don Buford. 2 down. Russ Gibson. 3-3 roll for Gibson. That's a base hit for the catcher. Slow runner will play all those slow runners safe unless I say otherwise. Lee Stang is the pitcher. 43 is a 29 that's going to be a third out. It's a Y. So Lee Stang is caught looking. We go to the bottom of the second. Nothing. All right, Pete Ward will lead off the bottom of the second for the Chicago White Sox. He was the son of a National League hockey player. I think his name was Jimmy Ward. And Pete Ward got off to a great start to his baseball career. He had safely his first 18 games and had a .295 average with over 20 home runs in 1963, his rookie season. Here's a pitch from Lee Stang to Pete Ward. 65 is popped into the air. Fouls out to the catcher, Russ Gibson, 1 down. Here's the Sox catcher, Johnny Romano. 18 home runs in 1965. 62 is a 22, fielding column 2. That's going to be a ground out to the first baseman who flips to the pitcher covering. 2 outs. Ron Hansen, the shortstop. 22 is a single by Ron Hansen. First hit for the White Sox. He's a slow runner. Ken Berry. 44 is an 8 against the B. That's going to be a ground ball to third base. Joe Foy cuts it off in front of Rico Petrocelli and makes a throw across the diamond. Ken Berry is the second out, or that's the third out, rather. We go to the top of the third inning. Boston nothing, Chicago nothing. All right, it'll be a top of the Red Sox order, and Mike Andrews steps into the box against Tommy John. 44 is a fly ball to center field. Andrews is retired. He is 0 for 2, two flyouts to Reggie Smith in center. Here is 2 flyouts to Ken Berry in center field. Here is Reggie Smith. 32 is a 26, ground ball to second base. Don Buford is under it and throws to first. 2 up and 2 down for Boston in the third, but here is Carl Yastrzemski. 1-4 is going to be a fly ball to left field. Yaz will be retired. We go to the bottom of the third, no score. All right, Tommy John leads off for the White Sox. 22 is going to be an 8 against a B. It's a fly out to center field. Sometimes that 8 is a single, but the B turns it into an out. Here is Don Buford. 35 is a base on balls. White Sox will have speed on at first. Here is Danny Cater. 1 down, and the Sox will start the runner and hit and run. Here's the pitch to Cater. 26 is a 24. That's going to be a ground out to second base, but avoids the double play. Buford goes to second. There's 2 outs. Here's Moose Skowron. And 31 is a 9 against the B. That's going to be a single over second base, and that will score Buford. White Sox are on the board 1-0. Floyd Robinson. 6-6 roll. That's a hit column roll. They might get more here. And 45 is a triple along the right field line. That scores Bill Skowron. And the Sox have struck for 2 here on the bottom of the third. Pete Ward. '61 will end the, no, it won't. 39, yeah, it'll end the inning. It's a pop-up, and it's right to the pitcher staying. He's got it. We go to the top of the fourth. It is Chicago 2 and Boston nothing. A check of the History Maker Baseball out-of-town scoreboard shows the scores around the American League. The Dodgers are at the Angels. The Tigers are at the Angels, and they lead 3-0 after 3. The Yankees have had 2 3-run innings. After 3, they lead Baltimore 6-0, and Minnesota has a bye. All right, in the top of the fourth. All right, George Scott will lead off the top of the fourth inning for the Red Sox. He is a player like John Olerud who wore a helmet in the field. I don't know why, because he was a terrific, probably the best defensive first baseman in the American League during his day. He won 8 Gold Gloves. The 2 years he didn't win a Gold Glove, he split time between first base and third base. So if you know why he wore a helmet, put that down in the comments in the field. But he's got his helmet on now, but he'll be batting. TJ is ready to pitch. Here's the pitch to George Scott, 1-3, base on balls. George Scott gets a free pass. Fast runner at first. Here is Tony Conigliaro. I'm not going to hit and run. Tony's got some power, 20 home runs. Here's the pitch to Conigliaro, 43. Is a 29. That's going to be a Y. Strikeout caught looking. Here's Petrocelli. 53 is an 18. That's going to be an error on the shortstop, Ron Hansen. 1 base error. E6. That puts Red Sox at first and second with only 1 down. Here's Joe Foy. '52 is a 27. That's a ground out to third. Runners advance. So now the tying runs at second. 2 outs. Here's the catcher, Russ Gibson. And 13 to Russ Gibson is a 38. That's a strikeout, but the catcher drops the third strike. Batter out at first base anyway. Okay, so he makes the throw and gets a strikeout. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. White Sox 2 and the Red Sox nothing. Johnny Romano leads off the bottom of the fourth for the Pale Hose. 64 is a 36, ball 1. 55 is a fly out to center field. 1 down. Ron Hansen. Sox have 2 runs on 3 hits. Here's a pitch to Hansen. 24 is a ground ball to third base. Joe Foy is up with it. Throws to first. 2 away. Here's Ken Berry. 1-5 is a fly out to center field. That's 3 up and 3 down for the White Sox. We go to the top of the fifth. 2-0 Chicago. Pitcher Lee Sting will lead off the top of the fifth, and it's the top of the order. 44. Roll for Sting is a 21. That's an error on the first baseman, Moose Gowan. Second error committed by the White Sox. Lee Sting's at first, average speed. Here is Mike Andrews. One, 2 is going to be a 4-6-3 double play. That double play started by Buford, Hansen, and then over to Skowron. It clears the bases, and here is Reggie Smith now with 2 outs. 56 is a 34. Y is a strikeout. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Tommy John's held the Red Sox off the board. His team leads 2-0. All right, TJ Tommy John picks up a bat. He was ready to start off the last of the fifth for Chicago. 3-3 roll is going to be an out, though. Fly out to center. 1 out. Here's Don Buford. When 3 is a walk. He walked in the third inning and ended up scoring. Fast runner at first, Danny Cater. 31 for Cater. That's a 9 against a B. That's going to be an infield hit for Danny Cater. First and second, Chicago. Here is Moose Scourin. Okay, Buford's fast at second. Cater is average at first, running wise. Pitch to Moose Scourin. 46 is a swing and miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Scourin goes down swinging. He's 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a single. Here is Floyd Robinson. 6-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Another key strikeout by Lee Stang. That is his third in the game. We go to the top of the 6th. Chicago 2 and Boston nothing. All right, in the top of the 6th, Tommy John returns to the mound. He'll be pitching to Carter, George Scott, and Tony Conigliaro. The heart of the Red Sox lineup. Boston's down by 2. Of course, everyone knows Tommy John is the first one to get Tommy John surgery from Dr. Frank Jobe. Allowed him to pitch 26 years and win 288 games with a 3.3 ERA. I'm not quite sure why he didn't make the Hall of Fame. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's the first one that they took a ligament out of his right wrist and put it in his elbow, and that's why it's called Tommy John surgery now. Obviously, it was a successful surgery. Here's a pitch to Carl Yastrzemski from Tommy John. 1-1 rolls a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here, and yes, has put the Red Sox on the board and cut the lead in a half. Chicago 2 and Boston 1. Here is George Scott. 24 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Tony Conigliaro. 63 is a fly out to right field caught by Floyd Robinson. 2 outs, and now Rico Petrocelli. 61 is a ground ball to third base. Pete Ward is up with it, throws to first. 3 outs, but the Red Sox do score on Carl Yastrzemski's home run. Chicago 2 and Boston 1. Here's Pete Ward hitting for Chicago. 36 is a 33. That's a pop up to the second baseman, Mike Andrews. 1 away. Johnny Romano. 16 is a ground ball to shortstop. Rico Petrocelli throws to George Scott. 2 away. Here's Ron Hansen. 13 is a walk. Hansen is slow. Ken Berry. 23 will end the inning. That's a ground ball to the pitcher, Stain, who throws to George Scott. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 7th. Chicago 2 and Boston 1. All right, the History Maker scoreboard shows us that after 6 innings, the Detroit Tigers lead the Los Angeles Angels 5-3, and after 6, the Yankees 6 and the Orioles 1. Joe Foy leads off the 7th. The White Sox hold a 1-run lead over the Red Sox. Here's a pitch from Tommy John. He's in his fatigue inning, and this is going to be fatiguing. It's a double for Joe Foy. That's the first chink in his armor. 2 more, and Tommy John's grade will go down to a C. Russ Gibson. Tying runs at second. Gibson will square around and bunt. 23 is a 24. That's going to be a fielder's choice. They get, oh no, I'm in the wrong page. Runner on second. 24 is 2 strikes on the batter. He's going to keep trying. 21 is a 32. All right, it's a bunt to the first base line. Moose Scourin picks it up, throws to Buford covering first. A successful sacrifice. 1 out. Tying runs 90 feet away. Boston will call upon a pitch hitter here. That is Kenny Harrelson. And Dan Osinski is warming up on the mound. He'll come in and pitch the bottom of the 7th inning when we get there. Here's a key moment in the game. Tommy John pitching from the stretch gets his sign. Here's a pitch to Kenny Hawk Harrelson. 6-6 rolls a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. A pinch hit home run by Kenny Harrelson puts the Red Sox on top, 3-2. I was trying to decide whether to pitch hit with Jerry Adair, who had 20-point higher batting average. But then I thought, Harrelson hit some home runs, so maybe we might get lucky. And we do for the Red Sox. They have the lead. And that also puts Tommy John 1 mark away from fatigue. Mike Andrews steps in the box. 53 is a 19. That's an error on the third baseman. Third White Sox error. Pete Ward with the error, and now Tommy John is tired. Timeout. All right, new pitcher for the White Sox will be Frank Larry. He's a grade B pitcher. No modifiers. He'll be grade A, pitching to Mike Andrews for same sidedness. There's 1 down, and Mike Andrews is at first. He's pitching to Reggie Smith. So he's still going to be a B because Smith is a switch hitter. 1-2 is a 25 is going to be a 4-6-3 double play. That ends the Red Sox inning, but they score twice and take a 3-2 lead. All right, new pitcher for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th inning is Dan Osinski. And hitting for the White Sox, pitch hitting for Frank Larry, is Al Weiss. There's a pitch to Al Weiss. White Sox are down by 1. 63 is a fly ball to center field. That will be caught by Reggie Smith. 1 away. Here's Don Buford. 6-1 is a 36. Ball 1. 45 will be a base on balls. That's the 3rd walk in the game for Don Buford. Fast runner at first. He represents the tie and run, Danny Cater. 63 is a fly out to center. Cater is 1 for 3. Moose Scourin. 22 is a 7. Base hit to right field. And Buford goes to third. White Sox have runners on the corners with 2 outs. Here is Floyd Robinson. That prompts Daryl Johnson to come out of the Red Sox dugout. He's going to bring in a left-hander, Sparky Lyle, to pitch to Floyd Robinson. So Lyle is a grade B XY pitcher, but he'll be grade A for the 1 batter. Runners on the corners. White Sox will play the infield in. Here's the pitch to Floyd Robinson. 56 is a 34. He has the Y strikeout modifier, so that is a strikeout. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 8th. Boston 3 and Chicago 2. On the pitch for Chicago is Bruce Howard. He is a 6'2", 180-pound right-hander, 3.47 earned run average with a grade B XW modifiers. Corey Yastrzemski will lead off for the Red Sox, who in the 6th inning homered to get the Red Sox on the board. Here's the pitch to Corey Yastrzemski. 53-15. That's the 4th error by the White Sox. That's an error on the left fielder, Danny Cater. It's a 2-base error, so Yaz will be at second with no outs. George Scott. '21 is a swing and miss, strike 3. Tony Conigliaro. 14 is going to be a fly out to left field. The runner holds. 2 outs. Be up to Rico Petrocelli to take advantage of the runner in scoring position. 21 is a fly out to left field. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox up by 1. Sparky Lyle returns to the mound. He'll be pitching to Pete Ward, Johnny Romano, and Ron Hansen. All three have some home run power. 56 is a 34. That's a Y, so Ward goes down swinging. A strikeout. Sparky Lyle has a Y modifier. Here is Johnny Romano. 62 is a 22. It's ground out to George Scott at first base. Pitcher assisting, 2 outs. Ron Hansen. 14 is a fly out to left field. That takes us to the final frame. Boston 3 and Chicago 2. Joe Foy will lead off for the Red Sox in the 9th. Bruce Howard remains in the game for Chicago. Here's the pitch from Bruce Howard. 52 is a ground ball to third base, or X. He's got an X, so Foy strikes out. He's 1 for 4 in the game. Catcher Russ Gibson. 41 is a ground ball to shortstop. Ron Hansen scoops it and throws to Moose Gowan at first. 2 outs. Sparky Lyle's going to stay in the game and hit for himself. Here's the pitch to Lyle. 16 is a swing and miss, strike 3. Go to the bottom of the 9th. Boston 3 and Chicago 2. All right, Sparky Lyle in the 9th inning will have Ken Berry, a pitch hitter, and then Don Buford at the top of the order. It looks like the pitch hitter is going to be Gene Freeze coming out on deck. Here's the pitch to Ken Berry. White Sox just have 3 outs left to work with. 35 is a 40. Foul ball, strike 1 to Ken Berry. 15 is an 8 against AB. That's going to be a fly out to center field. 1 away. 2 outs to go. Gene Freeze is pinch hitting. 1-2 is a ground ball or X, and he has the X, so Freeze strikes out. 2 outs. It's going to be up to Don Buford to keep it going. Here's the pitch to Don Buford from Sparky Lyle. 35 is a base on balls. He has walked 4 straight times in this game. Patience galore. All right, it's up to Danny Cater. He represents the go-ahead run. Tying runs at first. Here's that's a first mark against Lyle's point of fatigue, by the way. Here's a pitch to Danny Cater. 23 is a 26 hit on the ground to second base. That is Mike Andrews flipping to the shortstop Petrocelli at second for the 3rd out, and that's the ball game. Final score, Boston Red Sox 3 and Chicago White Sox 2. We'll be back with a wrap-up. All right, all the games around the American League are final. The Los Angeles Angels fell to the Detroit Tigers 6-4, and the New York Yankees defeated the Baltimore Orioles 10-4. Okay, today at Comiskey Park, Boston Red Sox scored 3 runs on 5 hits and they committed no errors. White Sox scored 2 runs on 5 hits and they committed 4 errors. The winning pitcher of today's game was Lee Stang. 6 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, with 5 walks, mostly to Don Buford, who walked 4 times. Loser was, Spucky Law got the save. The loser was Tommy John, 6 1/3, 3 runs, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Star of today's game is Kenny the Hawk Harrelson. He put 2 on the board, yes, for the Red Sox in the top of the 7th inning. His 2-run home run drove in Joe Boy, provided the difference of the game. Ken Harrelson is the star of the game. All right, also played well on the 67 American League champion Boston Red Sox team. They did even better in 1968 when he drove in 109 runs, 35 homers, 275 average, and followed that up with a 30 home run season, mostly for Cleveland, in 1969. He is a player who was considered to have introduced the batting gloves to the major leagues. Kenny the Hawk Harrison, today's MVP. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and God bless.